What up, YouTube world? It's your boy CJ, and I am back. We're here to talk some social media news, content creation. We're about to have some fun with my girl. Jay is in the house. How you feeling, Janae?
What's up? What's up? Feeling good.
Yo, it's been a minute since look, I'm gonna be honest, it's been a minute since I did this. And so you gotta work with me here a little bit. But how you feeling today? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm always a little tired. I don't think I know what not feeling tired feels like, but I cannot complain.
Let's go. Let me see if my sound still works. Let me see if it still work. Hold on. Oh, I got some sounds. They still working? You hear
Hey,
that?
yeah.
Okay. I had to just make sure. I had to make sure. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and start the show so we can do our quick introductions. We're gonna talk content creation. We're gonna talk social media news. We can talk all that stuff. We're gonna talk some. You might have some questions for me. I don't know. But my name is CJ Fit with CJ on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Pinterest. And no, I'm not a personal trainer, but I'm your favorite personal trainer's favorite content creator and digital marketer, also known as CJ the Creator. And we had created this show, Create Live with CJ, to talk about content creation, social media news, not just about fitness, but you know me. I'm always bringing my family from the fit community, and I got my girl Jay. Listen, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, and we're gonna kick things off.
What's up, y'all? My name is Janae Washington. I am a professional dancer known as Nay Boogie on the dance floor, but in the gym, I'm just Coach Nay. I am a certified personal trainer, nutrition coach, and I am the owner of Fresh Flex, which Fresh is an acronym for faith, resilience, endurance, strength, and health. And I'm also the creator of Dance Cardio Throwdown, which is the hottest dance fitness full body workout guaranteed to make you sweat and make you smile. Woo, 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 woo.
Boom. Dropping bombs. I like it. I like it. Listen, and by the way, I don't know if you noticed, Jay, but we are live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. We're
Oh,
live on Twitch.
oh,
We're live on X as well.
ooh, no pressure.
No pressure. I mean, no pressure at all. I mean, hold on. Look, we already got people in the chat. We got Luna tapped in. What's up, fam? What's up, Luna?
What's
How you
up,
feeling?
Luna?
Luna's in the building. So we're gonna talk about some content creations, news, and stuff like that. And then at the end, let's talk a little bit about Houston because we just came back from Ebony Fit Weekend. We gotta talk about a lot of stuff, but I just want to get your feedback on some stuff because this is crazy to me. Some of these news things I'm gonna drop on you. So real quick,
Oh gosh.
did you know that Instagram has this new feature, Jay, that allows you to add this sticker that says notify, and it allows you to put it in your stories, and it basically allows you to create connections with your fans more. Because when we go live on Instagram or you have something that you're posting in your stories or your feed, and you're like, my audience don't really see it. Did you know about this new sticker that they put out called Notify? Have you heard of this one?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so what it does is when you add this sticker in your Instagram story and someone clicks notify, what that does, it triggers a feature that's already been there on Instagram, right? It triggers a feature which allows people to say, hey, I want to turn on post notifications for when Janae posts. I want to get notifications when she posts a story. I want to know when she does a reel. I want to know when she goes live, right? And so your audience has that ability to go ahead now and select how often they get notified just by you, and not just by you, but by the specific things that you put out there. Do you think that's kind of cool?
I think that is cool. Like they could just put it in the story, and like whoever clicks it, then now
Mm-hmm.
basically you're gonna get your notifications and stuff. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can definitely help a lot of people with engagement, or when people find the person that they really like and they really want to see their content.
Do you feel like you'll use it?
Huh?
You feel like you'll use it? You'll use this feature?
I feel like this will be a feature that um my fitness online university fam will make me use. Yeah.
I love the plug there. I love the plug. It's like, okay, yeah. Why are you asking me this, CJ? You know that you're gonna push me to use this thing. But you got, yeah, like adding this to your Instagram stories is like one of those it's like a no-brainer. It's kind of like, okay, you only could put so many stickers in a story, but if you
Mhm.
are just posting something and you don't have a sticker you want to use or a template, why not throw this on there? It won't hurt, right? It won't hurt at all just to use that notify button. Allow people to know when you're going live and or when you're making posts. And
Right.
it's just one of those ways to fight the algorithm, because we're always saying the algorithm is not in our favor. Well, this is a way
Facts.
to kind of fight that. Luna said, I like how she said that about FOU. For real. For real. I love it.
Facts.
I listen. I wish I had another sound besides the horn, but the horns work. The horns work for now.
Right. Boop, 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 boop. Yep.
Hey, real quick, let's go to the next one too. I'm gonna share something else. This is something that, because a lot of people say they want to go on YouTube this year, Jay. A lot of people say, "Hey,
I
YouTube, I'm
know.
coming. I'm
Me
coming to YouTube."
included.
You
Me,
coming?
me included. I know. I'm trying.
Okay, okay. So the thing is about YouTube, just like a lot of places, it's not just YouTube, but there's this whole thing about content creators and fighting AI, right? Like, how's AI going to affect the content that you're putting out there, and specifically on YouTube? And so YouTube has added this new label. And this is one of those things, even for yourself, when people are just now starting on YouTube, or people who've already on YouTube, to know that they've added this new AI generated content labeling tool. So basically, it's saying that if you use AI at all in that video to create the video, you need to label it so people know that it's altered or that it's not reality, right?
Mm.
So they basically said, it's kind of like an honor system right now, where it's like they're trusting their creators to say, hey, this is artificial intelligence. This is not really Drake's release, right? This is not really Drake's diss track, right? Or whatever it is. Like, they're kind of like trusting people to do that. But over time, I think that the algorithm is getting smarter as best as it can to kind of identify what's not real and what is real, and it's going to flag it. And honestly, if they catch you using AI and not using this particular flag, your account will be shadow banned on YouTube.
Ah.
Yeah,
I like it.
you like it? You hate? Do you hate AI? Do you like AI?
I'm not a fan. I mean, I let me take that back. I'm not a fan of like all of the things that it's capable of. I am
Okay.
a fan of like, like I use like Chat GBT and like things like that. Like, if I need help with a caption or just because I'm not as like great with wording things sometimes, or just don't even feel like putting the brain power towards that.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, generate me a caption or help me explain this better. I'm all for that. I get creeped out with the whole like, you know, someone
iRobot.
talk, yeah, the talking and it be somebody and their lips is moving and like you think it's them but it's not them. Like that's the freaky stuff that I'm like, oh, y'all can keep that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I know. I feel you on that. Like, it's creepy, and we're gonna talk about that later because there's another platform that's kind of leaning into it a little bit. But in that particular case, with what we were talking about, like with YouTube, I'm just glad that they're starting to realize, like, hey, we can't just have people go on to YouTube and just all the content is artificial intelligence, because then it's like creators like yourself, creators like me. And then let's say if there's somebody let's say if there's someone who creates a AI and it's just like a fitness trainer, right? And they basically take all the information, is smart enough to take all your tools, the way you teach people, the way you train them on dancing and everything like that. And this AI is literally extracting and pulling all the information from all your posts on Instagram, all your posts out there, and it's like, oh, this is the way Janae would say it. This is the way Janae would teach it. And then it has a AI that looks like you, but then it's not you.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of
I think
creepy,
I
right?
think that's crazy. I don't like that. Like very creepy to me. Very, very creepy.
And it's
Not a fan.
here. It's not even that it's coming, it's here.
It's
That's
here.
the thing. The technology is here to do that at any point. Now, granted, right now it costs a lot of money, but I always tell people, it's like, to get ahead of it, yeah, you kind of have to be one of those people that's paying attention to this stuff. And that's why I want to talk about it like on these calls, and I should say even calls, but this shows, like, put it out there where, okay, we know it's here. So how do we deal with it? How do we stay
Mhm.
on top of it? And one of the ways that it's going to protect us is by these platforms saying, hey, if it is AI, we want to know it is AI. So it's like, okay, when we're scrolling through stuff and boom, 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 we should be able to filter stuff out at some point where it's like, I don't want AI in my feed, or maybe I'm okay with it. Like, you should be able to filter it out at some point,
Yeah.
hopefully, but it's here.
Yeah. Facts.
This is what it looks like too, by the way. When you make a YouTube post, Jay, this is what's gonna look like. Like when you're posting, it basically says altered content. Do any of these describe your content? Make a real person appear to say or do something they didn't say or do, that it alters footage of a real event or place, or it generates a realistic scene that didn't occur.
Mm. Yeah, I like that. I'm a fan of that whole situation. Now the
Yeah.
now the thing is, can they lie? Like, can they like lie and say that there's not, that if it really is, and if so, like, are they getting caught? Like, or you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's right now. People are with the honor system. People could lie easily and just say, "Yeah, it's not AI." But if they get caught, they get shadow banned or potentially just banned from the platform.
So I guess people that are actually making income off of
Ooh,
YouTube,
yeah,
I would think that they will have like too much to lose to like have to like risk all that. But
yeah. There's people making tens of thousands of dollars a month off of YouTube, so you don't want to
yeah.
mess with that. And I'll be honest with you, with me, I'm just like you. I'm trying to get to. We're all trying to get to the point where we are monetized on YouTube. Last
Hmm.
thing I'm about to do is alter some stuff or whatever. We're not about to do that.
Yeah, facts.
So speaking of that,
Ugh.
TikTok, I know. TikTok is gonna they may add these AI avatars that will create ads. So this is one of the things I really wanted to talk about because it was like, wait a second. Wait a second. So this feature will allow advertisers to create sellers like these generated virtual AI sellers with scripts to do a virtual influencer read. So instead of hiring you or me to do the virtual, like, and I, like the influencer thing and just say, hey, this is a great product, and da 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 da, they would use these AI bots, if you will, to sell products. And a TikTok is leaning into it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it, but it's here. So it's like, okay, well, how do you combat that? I'm gonna say this: like, even when it comes to AI, this is the number one thing when it comes to AI. I want people to know, like, with content creators, like, I'm not fearful of it, but it's gonna be more important than ever to now like have a niche community that is there for a certain reason, right? Because
Hmm.
they can create all the AI bots and all these things that they want, but at the end of the day, it's about the audience, right? And
Right.
if your audience is not there to buy a certain product, it doesn't matter if it's AI or if it's a real person or not. It doesn't matter. But your audience, for example, is a fitness audience, and dance, cardio and such, and boom, we know it's heavily into the dance and the cardio side. All right, cool. That is something that AI can't replicate, because at the end of the day, it's about the audience. They have to still tune into it, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So they can make all the reads and they can make all the commercials and all that stuff. By the end of the day, you will still be influential in your space by having a community that rocks with you. And it's more important than ever to be authentic, real, and honestly, what I'm gonna say is gonna be like a shocker to some people. You have to be personable. You have to be
Facts.
like, people are not even social on social media anymore. And with this AI turn and everything like that, it's becoming less and less social. So by you being a social one that connect with real people and have real conversations and reply in the DMs and reply personally, I think it's gonna make a difference, Jay. It's gonna make a big difference.
I absolutely agree. Like, I think that is crazy because I mean, you already wanted to see a real person promote said product and vouch for it and um say that
Did
it.
I make you feel weird when I jumped off the screen?
Yeah, I was like, wait, where'd he
No,
go?
no. I just put you full screen. Hold on.
Oh,
She's like, why am I full
I was
screen?
like, where did CJ go? But yeah, like I want to see a real person's review. I'm really huge on a review or whatever. Like anything I purchase, anything I'm looking at mad reviews from real people. I don't, so I would not be enticed by in any way, shape, or form by a AI bot getting up on to the screen and be like, hey, get this product. Like, I'm like, you're fake. You're like, well, why would I purchase something from someone who's not real? That is, like, to me, that makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, Luna says in the chat, nothing can beat real human interaction.
nothing at all. Like nothing at all. Like no matter how you try to flip shape it, whatever. And I think the pandemic taught us that. Like I think the pandemic truly taught us that nothing beats real human interaction. Like when you get it taken away from you, yeah, like you feel it for sure, and not in the best way.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And so I got a couple more stories and the breaking news and stuff, and then we're gonna talk some content creation stuff with you. Another thing, this is one of those things that came up. And I just thought it was interesting because do you use threads? Let me know. Do you use threads, Jay?
Listen, I downloaded it because of the hype when it came out, and then like, ugh, I mean, I couldn't keep up with it. Like, I downloaded it, I posted a couple of them, and then I went ghost. So there's
So,
that.
by the way, I'm gonna take a quick intermission here because I am about to pour me a little of this, Le Portier. I showed you before that,
Yes.
this is a gift to me, courtesy of the Ebony Fit Weekend fam. You know what I mean? So I said, hey, let me just pour me up a little sippy. I don't advocate drinking if kids are watching. Um, but we are after 9 p.m. Eastern.
That's not cloud. They should be in bed.
This is a little toast to you, Jay. Toast to you.
Hey, gang, because I don't got nothing to drink but some water.
Okay. So let's go. Whoa, that heat.
Put a
Yeah.
little hair on your chest.
Oh yeah, that's a man's drink. This is a man's put hair in your chest. And one thing is about this, I was saying it to Greg earlier. I was like, this is a final boss kind of bottle, right? This is just sitting in your room. It's sitting on your office. Somebody walk in.
Mm-hmm.
This is a decision maker's bottle. This is a
Facts.
decision maker. Hey, that's some real boss shit right there. So threads, because I don't use threads a lot either, but I've been trying to do better with it, right? Because it's like it's there, and all I'm doing is repurposing what I put on other platforms. I'm just copy and paste it for the most
Mm-hmm.
part. I don't really have long conversations on threads. But a lot of people have been asking for threads to have DMs. Well, it doesn't have a DM feature yet, but it's going to most likely be integrated through Instagram. So if you have threads, just wanted to share that, if you do use it, that, you'll be able to, it's when they're trying to make it so you don't have to leave the threads app and it integrates to the Instagram inbox. So at some point, Jay, you may even start seeing inbox messages from people who use threads.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
just that's just one of those things. Just to kind of share, if you see something pop up one day, be like, "Oh, what is that?" Well, just know that that's kind of what they're working on. It's and this is like one of the things that if you know Adam Mosseri, like he basically said on X. I'll keep want to say Twitter, which is still known as Twitter to us, right? But it's X now. He said that they're trying to make it so threads without switching the app will integrate with the Instagram DMs, because right now they're two separate apps,
Right.
which is a thing in itself. Man, I'm gonna go to another topic real quick. And this is one that I think you're gonna agree with. A lot of things that we say all the time, Jay, and that is that your follower count on Instagram really doesn't mean that's what you really doesn't equate to value. Let me rephrase that.
Facts.
Your Instagram numbers, your followers, and all that stuff, that don't mean nothing when it comes to dollar value. And it's even the chief head of Instagram has said that now. He's basically said, he made a post the other day, and it's like follower counts are not a good indicator of value. He's like, follower counts matter less than views and likes. He's like, I understand why people focus so much on follower counts. They're prominent and they're easy to find, like at the top of the page.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really want to get a sense for how relevant that account is, look at how many likes they get per post and how many views they get per reel. Now, also on top of that, I would even add on to what he said, right? He's saying, hey, look at the likes, look at the posts, and look at the views. Okay, cool. Those two things, just like almost anything can be bought, right? Those things can be bought and can be faked out. But I'm looking at consistency, like with the community and the conversations back and forth. Because you can have great comments, but that you could have bought comments if they're fake. Like you can really look and see. I'm like gonna say go to another level and look at a person's comments and look at the shares and then actually see if there's back and forth conversation. Either are they real people, real profiles, commenting, engaging, liking for the right reasons, sharing it, or and because you really can't necessarily see if people are buying from a person, you really don't know, right? You don't know if somebody's clicking their link or not, but you
Right.
can see if they have a real conversation, if there's real engagement there, you know?
Yeah. Thank God. I'm happy somebody said it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's I mean, he said it. He said it straight up, like, hey. But at the end of the day, here's the thing too. He's the head of Instagram. Who do you think can fix that? If he doesn't think that, if he doesn't think that follower counts should be that prominent or people should be, you can change it. You can hide follower accounts. Now, I don't think they ever will because Instagram is made at the very top as a vanity app from the very beginning. It was always vanity and always this allure of, you know, amazing life, amazing vibes, lifestyle posts on it was really lifestyle pictures, right? That's how
Right.
influencers start. It wasn't even videos at first. It was like these pictures, and people would just they would set this bottle up before here and right here, and they'll put their sandwich, and they was like, oh, this is me eating lunch in London. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it was built. So
Yeah.
there's always this extra little piece behind it. And I got one last thing to talk about before we go into some content creation talk with you. This is the last social media tip, excuse me, that we'll talk about. And that is, did you know that TikTok is creating a photo app?
What? Why?
I know, right? I know. So it's like so TikTok has been playing with photo. By the way, you can post photos on TikTok right now.
Yeah, that's why I just said why. I'm like, you can post photos on TikTok now, so what's the point?
So their whole thing is probably it could be two things, right? It could be one, they just want um more of the market share where kind of like same thing with Instagram, they created threads. They wanted some of that quote unquote Twitter and X like market share. Well, TikTok is saying, well, we kind of want some more of Instagram shares because a lot of people on Instagram just post pictures and the carousels and all that stuff. And you can do that on TikTok. But the thing is that people are not as prominent to do that. They're like, well, if we have our own separate app, then yeah, those people, we can really pull even more people from Instagram. Now, the thing is that they could also be setting themselves up to say, hey, if there's more legal problems with the main TikTok app, maybe that this won't be they won't shut them both down or something. Won't be as many copyright issues and security risk and things like that with this app. So maybe they're like, hey, let's create another app just to have one if they shut down the main one. So who knows what's going on with it? But I just want you to know that if you hear TikTok Notes, it's not a feature, it's a whole separate app. It's a whole separate app that's coming.
This is
That's the
so
name of
stupid.
it. Say that again.
This is so stupid. Like, I'm not a fan.
I'm like, how many more apps do we need, right?
And Janae won't be on that one. Like
It's just like,
I can post pictures on Instagram. That is dumb. I'm not gonna
and
do
you can
that to
post them on.
myself.
I literally just posted pictures on TikTok earlier today. I posted a collage, a carousel post, as to call it, where I posted 10 pictures on TikTok. And the funny thing is, it did just as much as the videos normally would. Like, I was like, well, if it's doing that on TikTok, why do I need another app to do it?
Something else to
Crazy.
download and yeah, no, nope, won't give myself a headache.
Man.
Refuse.
So real quick, talk about content in general for you, like because I know we wanted to talk about some stuff, and you can be as transparent as you want. If not, you can let me know. But is there some things you want to talk about with content? I know in general, you want to elevate your class. Tell us about your class that's going on. Tell us what you got going on in Virginia, and then we'll just go from there.
Um, yeah. As of right now, I teach my weekly class, dance, cardio, throwdown, every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And I created this class in this format in 2020. So it's been 4 years going with this thing, and Yeah, it's been very much so slow growth, growing, but slow growth, just because I am the area that I'm in. I have no doubt that if I was in Atlanta or Houston or somewhere like that, that it would be quite different. Um, with the value of my class and what I know that I bring to the table. But I am in an area, very small town Virginia, where it's like no fitness community. So I'm like building all of that like legit from the ground up and just creating this whole lane that is like not here whatsoever. So of course the growth factor is a lot slower. Um, but the class is fire. The class is fire, and the people that are coming and that are like, come into class and they've become regulars, then they're definitely like really really enjoying it. And like I have like a good set of regulars now like that rarely like miss a Tuesday, and they're all for it. I had one girl post today, she posted for me. My Virginia audience is a little bit more on Facebook than it is on Instagram, so I tend to like promote and stuff like that on Facebook a little bit more. Well, any actual videos I made up is also on Instagram as well. But statuses and like stuff like that, all of my stories and stuff on Facebook more, because the Virginia audience is definitely way more on Facebook. My Instagram is more New York, and because that's where I was professional dancer based in New York City. So my Instagram is more New York and like fit fam that is like all over the place, Atlanta and all these places. Um, so yeah, like she posted today on Facebook, made this whole post like she might as well been a teacher. She was like, y'all pull up at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, and posted this picture that we had took in class like last week. And then she
Mhm.
went hard in the comments and tagged like mad people and was like, pull up. And I was like, yeah, gang. So yeah, so it's growing and it's getting a lot bigger. And I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about the growth for sure. And
Can
we're
you
gonna
see
keep
the
it
videos
moving.
that I'm sharing?
Yeah, yeah. These are my boot camps. I do a super live boot camp once a month. I have a DJ and all that stuff. And I make little like post workout refreshments for everybody after. And it's a vibe. As you can see, yes, like we have to dance and vibe after. The DJ be lit. Um, best DJ in the Northern Neck, DJ Rel. And he be keeping us turned up. So those are like my boot camps. This is a little snippet of dance cardio. So dance cardio throwdown is a mash of all these different dance fitness styles in one. So where some people it's just a step class, some people it's just maybe boxing, kickboxing, some people maybe it's just like the um jacks and squats and stuff like that. My class is like is almost like a versus of all those things. So I'm gonna do a couple step songs. I include dumbbells, so I got some strength training in there. And then I, with my professional dance background and me being an actual choreographer, like I'm gonna make some that's a little bit more dance based, and then I'm gonna have some that's like with kickboxing, a lot of kickboxing elements, and then some that, yeah, you got your typical jacks and squats and like stuff like that too. So it's a really good mesh of all the things for a good 45 minutes for the fire playlist, and we just have a good time.
Yeah, by the way, we got people in the audience shouting you out. They said, "Hey, y'all, she can dance." I have a live video of it.
Ah!
So listen, we see y'all in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. That helps this video grow. Make sure you hit subscribe while you're watching. I appreciate that. And so yeah. And Jay, listen, the content I'm seeing on here, like I always tell you, you're a superstar. And if I haven't told you, I'm telling you again. Like I literally talk about you in rooms that you don't even know, right? And I say like literally, I remember looking at I feel like it was this past weekend. I was in the Coco. I said, she's a superstar. She didn't even know it. And I was like, I see it and I know the talent's there. The main thing is like for you is to keep someone just said they already hit like. I appreciate it, fam. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Like, boom. I can't wait to the point when y'all hit the like button and y'all start doing stuff for interactions and we can like do different little rewards and stuff like that. Cause listen, we're gonna get to this monetization together. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, with Jay, like you said, like when it comes to your market, um, definitely just like you have been doing, you can continue traveling. You know, you can do more pop-ups even outside of your city. And I know it's a lot more energy. I know it's a lot more time and investment. But if, let's say, for example, if I was in let's say if I lived, and you know, I used to live in, I was born and raised in New York, but I finished high school and I went to the first year of college in Flint, Michigan, believe it or not. Flint, Michigan. I went to high school, and then
No.
the first year of college was in Saginaw, Michigan, and so Saginaw Valley University. And so with that, I was like, hey, there was just opportunities that was not as prominent to me that I wanted. Right, I was like, hey, for what I was going to do, video stuff, video production, business management, and things like that. It just wasn't as many opportunities there. So I was like, man, at you know, side hustle, we were like, hey, let's go. I was looking at LA to move to. Then I was like, no, it was between LA and Miami. This is a true story, between LA and Miami. And I was like, no, um, I don't really know about that. And then we had went on a black college tour. Me and Marquise came down here to Atlanta and we did a whole tour, and we were like, we fell in love with the colleges, and the energy down here it was just so black. It was just so black. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, that's the best way to describe it. It was just so black, and it just felt so home. Like, I was like, all right, cool. Like, we literally packed up our stuff within 1 month. We packed up all our stuff, and one day we put all our stuff in the van, drove it from Michigan to Atlanta. By the way, did not have a lease. We signed the lease. We had set up online. We signed the lease the day that we got here with the van. Like, we pulled up right in front of the apartment complex with everything in the car. And we're like, hey, this is where the opportunity is for us. I mean, we left everything broke. I feel like he broke a lease. I left a job. He left a job. And we just came here as like, this is where we needed to be. And so with that being said, sometimes you just have to go out on a leap of faith, and it's different when you have a family. I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm telling you is like you
Well,
can
I
do it.
did that
You
already.
did that?
I did that. I bought a one way bus ticket to New York with $600 in my pocket
Yep.
and with no place to stay. It was like I'm gonna go make it as a dancer. I'm gonna be a dancer.
hmm
And yeah, I definitely, I wholeheartedly feel that that random jump and that big move. Yeah, I did that. My,
Listen, and so with that, you know, a couple of things you can do to tighten up where you the reach you have in your current market, though, besides traveling to other places. I don't know. We always an advocate of running ads, right? So
mhm.
like being very specific. Let's say if there's, I don't know, whatever 100,000 people living in the area. I don't know, just throwing a number out there, right? And let's say there's a potential thousand or so that may be into, let's say 10% of that is into dance, cardio, fitness. So 10% of the 100,000. Now we break that even down further. How many people, are working during the hours you do your class? How many people work overnight? How many people just are intimidated to start? How many people are not, going to come every week, but they might come every other week? So you start bringing those down, and you're like, well, you could probably get a good 50 people that's kind of dedicated every week, but it's like, how do you reach those 50? And it's a numbers game. It's like just getting in front of as many of them as possible. And when you post on Instagram, your posts are not necessarily dictated to just your region, right? And so you may be getting more reach from people that is further than 20 miles from you, 50 miles from you. They may be 100, 200, 300, 500 miles from you. That's why you're getting people in New York and Atlanta and everybody else engaging. Well, by running an ad specifically to like, hey, I only want people within this zip code, that's going to be very, very key for you, especially in a market where it's already hard to get people. Like, just you got to bang them over the head. You got to bang them over the head over and over and over. And I would be running at least $1 a day ad. And I can bring in my boy Don Digital. He can help us. You know what I'm saying? And $1 a day, he will literally. We would say you $1 a day, $30 a month, or you can say $2 a day, $60 a month to run ads. And let's say if you pay $60 in ads, let's say $60 to get these people, right? And you got three people out of just three that already pays for the $60,
Mhm.
right? You kind of have to look at it like that, and you have to have this faith, like, hey, let's make this content specifically for them, and let's run it over their heads every freaking day. And as soon as they do feel like going to the gym, they got to see your face. Soon as every
Fact.
time, anytime they type up fitness, whatever, you know how it is, Jay. Listen, I'm gonna say, let me pull this back a full screen. So you know kind of how it is. When you say something, or you talk about something, and next thing you go online and you see it, like, how did this know?
Every time. It's actually very creepy.
You got to become that person that shows up when they talk about. I think I want to start working out. I think I want to start doing something. And then next thing they go online, like, what the? That's what they need. They need to see your face instead of you being the one that gets shocked.
You know what I haven't mastered is the fact that I didn't realize that you can't use music on ads.
Yeah. So I honestly would say too, it's there's a solution for everything. There's a solution for everything. By the way, I'm gonna tell you the answer on that. By the way, if you guys hit the like button first, hit the like button, and then I'm gonna tell you the answer to that. By the way, somebody's asking who's Sly M. I'm not sure who this is. Tell me who you are. It
What
says
part
what part?
am I
Yeah,
in?
what part are you in?
I'm in Lancaster, Virginia. I'm in the sticks. So I am in like the middle of nowhere that is like in the middle of Richmond and the 757. So I'm like an hour and a half from Richmond, or I'm an hour and a half from 757. So that's kind of like a little ballpark because no one ever knows Lancaster. So I have to try to throw out Richmond and the Newport News, Hampton, Virginia Beach area for them to be the least bit familiar. But yeah,
Cool,
that's where I
cool,
am.
cool. By the way, I don't know who this is, this Jackman, but they put a little emoji. I'm not sure it's a kid from Twitch. Hey, whatever. Thank you for engaging. I don't know what the monsters mean, but hey, I appreciate it. I'm gonna give you a little horn for that one. I'm not sure, but we got kids watching on Twitch. Somebody just says coming from IG Live. Let's go, bro. I appreciate it.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, it's lit. This is what I'm talking about, Jay. This like the multi-cast on all these platforms. That's what I love, right? So to answer your question on, you
But
said,
yes, because I made a post that I thought was like, oh, this would be fire to pay for an ad. And then when I went to like do so, it was like, oh, you can't because you have music on it. And then I was like, oh. I was like,
hey,
oh.
by the way, no. What did it sound like? Tell me the sound again. What was the voice?
I was like, oh.
It was like, oh, you can't use that sound because it's not your song.
Yeah, like I was like, dang. What am I supposed to do? Besides, like, obviously, when I'm editing videos and like CapCut, like, they have sounds you can use like through that, and those obviously don't count. So I'm just like, God, am I gonna have to use like that instrumental type music on like on the ads that I want to actually pay for, versus using, the actual songs that I'm dancing to or whatever. So that caught me up one time. I was trying to pay for an ad a couple different times, and then it was like, no, skirt, you got music on it. So,
So the way to fix the music part is, I don't know if you've already thought of this or you already have it, but it would be cool if you had your own music for a couple of tracks, like one or two tracks. Like and it's not that hard to get music made. Like literally this artist, musical artist on Fiverr, on other places. I mean, there's certain artists that you can get the rights from, local independent artists, to say, hey, I want to collab with you on a track. Philly Whedon does that. Philly Whedon, works with a producer, gets his own, like a lot of his stuff that you hear in his classes, like you don't hear anywhere else because it's specifically made for Philly Whedon.
oh, fire.
And so I used to have a track. I don't even know where it is right now. I used to have a track that it had, fit with CJ, boom, boom, and I had a rapper create a track just for me as my intro.
Oh,
And he
wow.
made it for like about 50, $60. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that was,
You
well,
so
I
we
know
can.
that people could create tracks. I know that is a thing. I just, yes, and then put two and two together, but, oh, guess someone create a track for me for my social media content. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hold on 1 second for me. Hold on 1 second. All right, I had to come back. Listen, I had to use this tissue over here. I don't want y'all get me on camera because listen, people make memes of the stuff, Jay. they'll make a meme out of me and stuff like that.
Don't
They're
be a
like, yo,
meme, CJ.
yeah, I don't want to
You
be
don't
a
want you to
meme.
be a meme.
I'm getting over this cold. This is Langston. I believe this is my boy Langston. Um, the TikTok icon now. I don't know if you ever met Langston J, but one of our FOU students. He's like blown big up on TikTok now. So coming live from IG, he says, "What are we using? Are you using multi-streaming OBS Studio?" I am actually using StreamYard, so it's similar to OBS Studio. If for Mac user, if you use Mac, you know, you can use StreamYard or you can use Ecamm Live is another one I would suggest, but there's multiple ones you can use. Restream.io is another one. But also if you're a Windows user, like I'm using Windows right now on this desktop, I'm using StreamYard. It's super easy to get started, so that's what I'm using on that. But yeah, the song way to fix the ads though for you, Jay. Yeah, that's the way. It's like because like for example, you know, if you play certain music on YouTube, you can get copyright restrictions, right? It shut you down.
Yeah.
Guess what? I got my own music, and how do I use this? You know how I'm
Um,
using this music?
why? Because you got the copyright?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can go to something like I think it's called Epidemic Sound. There's some other ones where you pay a monthly fee and you get the rights to use them on social media in a way as well. So like for example, I think it's I think if I'm not, let me pull it up real quick here for you. Epidemic Sound. I'm gonna share it so you can see what it looks like. You would have the rights to use this without it being copyright. So just add sound, and you'll be able to add them on all the platforms. And you could pick on here something that you can utilize um, on online for ads and stuff, and you have the rights to use it. Because I and so basically, it even makes me log in to. It made me log into Instagram and to I think it made me log into YouTube as well. So it knew my username, and so when it basically is like when the algorithm, whenever the software is smart enough to say, "Hey, check and see if CJ has the right to use this," and then they go back to this website and like, yes, he has the right to use this because he's a member. They don't flag it, and it's fine. So that's
Okay.
how I'm able to use this, and it doesn't copyright give me a copyright strike, and that's why it's like I was like, hey, it's worth the fee for me, and I don't even I pay what $10 a month for this. Yeah, no, actually, I take it
Mm.
back. 17. I pay 17 because you can pay yearly, which being honest with you, us black people, we don't like that annual. Like we have trouble with commitment. I don't know what it is, but we know we're about to do it. We know we're about to keep it, but we not about to pay no annual.
I don't like the annual.
But I rather it's like I'm paying 44% more. It's like I'm almost paying half more or almost double because I don't want to pay the month like the annual. Like if I pay for one time for the whole year, it'll be $120 for the whole year. But I am paying $18 a monthly, which makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. So you know what? I'm gonna hold myself accountable to it. I like the software. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the annual because I'm like, when I start looking at it, it's like this is just dumb. Why am I doing that?
Yeah. If I look into it, I'm gonna pay that monthly.
She's like, I'm gonna pay that monthly. But it's like so there are certain softwares though within the business that we do pay annual, like Clidio is another one we use where it's like we compress files because like all the FOU masterminds, fitness on university masterminds, it has to be make it to a smaller video because we have hundreds of videos and that stuff costs a lot to store. Like you just over time it just costs more and more and more to store because it's just bigger hard drive space. It's not
Right.
like people don't realize the cloud just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and it costs more and more and more. So to keep that space down, we have to use a software and we use Clidio. Is that something that anybody could use to make smaller videos? If you have a spot videos that's too small, too large to share or something like that, it compresses it and makes it small. And this is what it looks like if you guys are curious of the website Clidio. Um, you can go in here and compress video file sizes. So if something's like 10 gigs and you're like, oh, this is too big for me to share or put in my cloud, you can put on here and it's going to cut it down to like almost, hell, it might sometimes go less than the gig, less than,
Mm.
it's from 10, right? It'll cut it all the way down. Sometimes it's 50% cut reduction. I've seen it go 96% reduction to keep the same
Without it
quality.
compromising the quality of the video?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's all, and we pay this for the whole year. And so it was like monthly is $9. Um, or you could just pay the one time for the year for 72, and that's what we do.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
not bad.
that's a little inside. Like, hey, we gotta get better. So if you're gonna get this sound and you find the track on there, you say, hey, I like these tracks, because you can try it for free. I would say try it for free. And if you like it, it might be worth it to you. Like, you know what, man, $120 for the whole year, and I get to have the copyrights to these tracks and more tracks and sounds, and I won't get flagged. It's worth it.
All right.
Maybe.
Definitely something I'm gonna think about for sure.
But so outside of the ads and reaching out the local community, is there anything else you want to kind of throw out there? I know we got just a few more minutes, but anything else like you want to kind of talk about? Because I know I do. Well, I don't know if you want to talk about it on here or not, but you got some big plans. You got some big plans that you want to accomplish within the next year or two. So it's up to you what you want to share.
Um, yeah, I mean, I want to expand for sure. Fresh Flex. Um, I am a coach. Like I specialize in strength and condition, body recomposition through strength and conditioning training. So I have my clients, and I love that. But I definitely want to expand dance cardio and just do it in different spaces. Um, just get the class like really out there, and I know being in a space of like taking so many other like dance fitness classes or just regular fitness classes, group fitness classes, that mine is just different, and I think it has like a lot to offer, especially in this world of people that love group fitness classes. And I think with me being a professional dancer, it brings like a different spin to the table. I just have a different skill set, and I really want to teach elsewhere. And with that, I also want to make it available online. So I am like really trying to get that going, because I definitely have had a few people personally inbox me and was like, would love to do your class. Like, do you have it online? Can it be streamed? I've been getting a lot of those questions lately, and I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to stream my class,
Oh,
or just make pre-recordings and have it available online for people to like do like a monthly subscription or something like that, where they can do the class at any time, um and have access to the workout and everything, because it is a full body workout, like not just one particular body part or anything. I mean, everything is getting worked, so it's really great, especially and you can do it from home. So I do need to get that together and
so
and get that
where
going.
am I going to suggest that you can probably host that?
What, putting it online?
Yeah.
What, StreamYard?
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Jay, I'm gonna run this
What,
back.
putting my class online? What do you mean
Yeah.
host it?
Yeah, well, yeah, host it. Where would you a great place to stream it with a membership?
Oh, CRM on a major
Yes,
console.
yes. Oh my God, she made me pull out the Price is Right sound on her.
I know, and
Man,
it sounded horrible. Like, let's not do that again.
it didn't feel good, did it?
It did. It's very depressing.
I know. But yeah, Automate Your Hustle CRM. You could like that's really what Fitness Online University is built on. All the websites we make, literally memberships are built on that. And so there's actually a little. I'm gonna give you a little secret. We got a 2.0 version of the website coming very very soon that you're gonna be like very impressed with.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, Side Hustle's been cooking. He been
Shoving
cooking.
that thing up.
chefing that thing up. Um, but yeah. Oh, so who's somebody said I've been seeing you around Ebony Fit. What's your IG? I'm not sure if I know by this YouTube, but definitely want to shout you out. Make sure I'm following you on Instagram if I'm not. Um, Anybody watching live, they got a quick question for me or Jay before we get up out of here. Throw a question in the chat. Let us know. Um,
Ebony Fit was crazy.
yeah, you want to talk about Ebony Fit real quick? Let people know what Ebony Fit weekend was for people who've never been.
Yeah, Ebony Fit Weekend is everything that you if you are um if you are into fitness, and let me be quite frank, if you and specifically a black person into fitness, it is Ebony Fit Weekend, of course, is for everyone, but you know, we love that it is made by us for us. So, Ebony Fit Weekend is phenomenal. I went to my first one last year and then like changed my life. If I want to be quite frank, and I feel like that sounds so dramatic. I feel like that sounds very dramatic, but it's also like not. It's also like real life, like real life. So yeah, this was my very first time in Houston ever. And I made the decision last year after Ebony Fit Week in Atlanta that I was absolutely pulling up to Houston, no questions asked. So I made that happen. As soon as them dates was dropped, I knew for a fact that I was gonna make my way to Houston. And it was a phenomenal way to spend my first time in Houston ever. And also, like, really, I mean, I don't know if it was Ebony Fit Weekend or just Houston, but I really like Houston. I definitely want to go back.
Mhm.
In general, and yeah, and to me, I felt like the way you said like Atlanta felt very black. Houston felt like that for me. Um, and I was loving it, loving every second. But the classes, the vibes, the people, the networking, the learning, the the food, it all just it's a full package like deal. The workouts, like, I mean, I don't know what else you would want for, especially if you're in a fitness space that maybe you don't even have a huge like community where you are, then this is absolutely the place to come to find community because that's exactly what I did. I came to Ebony Fit Week in Atlanta and I came by myself with no friends, no nothing. I know a lot of people out here be real scary trying to go on somewhere by yourself. You always feel like you need somebody at your hip, but if I could give the best advice, it would be to like just go. Like did have people that were supposed to go with me to Atlanta, and things came up where they like backed out, and I was like, well, I'm still going, and I'm so happy I made that decision. Um, because I would have missed out on a whole lot if I also would have just like not went just because those people like said people backed out. So you could come by yourself because I promise you like you're gonna meet people and everyone is just such a vibe and so nice and like it you'll make friends. You'll come alone and you'll leave with new friends. So that's like guaranteed. So Ebony Fit Weekend in general, but Ebony Fit Weekend Houston specifically was thebomb.com. So I will be continuing to post content. I got so much content from the weekend, and I will still be continuing to post content probably for like the next 2-3 weeks of Ebony Fit Weekend content. But yeah, it's a vibe.
Yeah, it's everything you said and more. It's just like it's too much to even like describe. It's like everything you described, plus when you're there and you experience it yourself, you get even more. You're like, man, it's really undescribable because like it's the vibe that you get from like just there's always something to do, and it's like you barely got time to rest, but it's all excitement. It's
Oh yeah.
all it's all with wellness involved. It's all with fun involved and education and just turn up and vibes and party. Everyone's so positive, and the content is just crazy, like nonstop content. Like you can literally just say, like you said, you got so much content now for weeks as a fitness professional or a fitness influencer, or just someone who just likes to be, around people or in the health and wellness space. You'll have stuff for weeks to post.
Yes, yes. And it makes a huge difference, especially if you are a fitness influencer, trainer, or whatever, like where your business is online. If you need to, if you have content, I know not everybody lives that lifestyle, but for those of us who do, yeah, Ebony Fit Weekend is like I mean, yeah, you could get months of content in one weekend at Ebony Fit. It's kind of crazy. It's like insane. And I didn't take advantage of it as much in Atlanta because like I just wasn't on that type of time yet. And then with the community I found, another shameless FOU plug, like a year later in Houston, it was like I was there with my tripod trying to get everything. And then I still feel like I didn't get as much as I should have. Like I still feel like I missed so much, but I still got a lot and got a lot of footage and chefing up them videos up in CapCut and trying to put out these posts. So Fresh Flex Fridays coming up this Friday. I got another Ebony Fit Weekend post coming from that, recapping the class. So yeah, it's everything. Yes, Ebony Fit Weekend community is the best. Luna is the best.
And listen, it's so crazy. So I just followed back here on Instagram to with Slim. I think how you say it, Slim. I want to make sure I say the name right. So let me know if I'm wrong or not. But I didn't even know you were following me, but I definitely just followed back. But I definitely appreciate it. And it's crazy because sometimes I get so many people that will follow from Ebony Fit and they never say anything. So I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said something and we connected and that you ended up here on my YouTube channel. Shout out to you. Shout out to you that you ended up here.
Right. Come on.
Like that's what it's all about. I love it. Um, so yeah, communities here. So we got to do this again, Jay. I know we here for an hour. I know. Listen, I wasn't even expecting it, but I appreciate you coming on here and doing this. By the way, before you go, tell the people again where they can follow you, where they can connect, how they can give you money. Give them all that.
Yes, you can follow me on I am both on Instagram and on TikTok at the same name at I am Janae dot Janae dot W. I am Janae dot W. Through you following that page on Instagram, you will see my Fresh Flex page right there in my bio. And yeah, Facebook is by my full name, Janae Washington. And that's about all the also my YouTube is Janae Washington too, but that's a little dead right now, so you don't gotta go follow that. But Instagram and TikTok, follow me there. And as far as classes, anything, staying up to date with me, be sure to be on the lookout for when Dance Cardio Throwdown is offered online, and then that will be on my website. That is imjanaew.com. And yeah, that is where you can find me. Or if you pull up to the next Ebony Fit weekend, I'll be there too. So
Listen, and yes, yes, definitely connect with her. Please, please, please connect. You won't be sorry. And that's crazy. I was getting comments on Instagram. I wasn't even seeing them. I was just like, so we had people in here saying they were reacting to the news we were given, the social media news earlier about AI and stuff like that. So if you guys missed any of that, go back and watch the replay. People were not excited with the AI stuff. Langston, he was like with the sad face. One lady said, "What is this for? Are you giving away free game or what?" Sorry, I'm late. Yes, free game. Someone says, "Ooh, I'm a fitness girl too. I'm attracted to this call." Yep, you're in the right spot. And yeah, so all that good stuff.
hey.
So Jay, don't go anywhere because as soon as we hang up on the live, I'm behind the scenes. I'm gonna talk to you on something. For you guys who are just tuning in or you watched all the way through, I appreciate it. Make sure that you subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Share it with a friend. Tell them like, hey, CJ is going live on here. He's giving game. He's helping us elevate, build our
Love you,
accounts.
Luna.
Love you, Luna. We will talk to you guys later and see you next time. Peace.